A very good afternoon to all the audience. I hope you are all enjoying this session on this Mental Health Awareness Day. So here I am Vidisha Gupta, a psych athlete, a student, a part of this marathon. And today, now for this session, let me introduce you all to our expert. Today we have respected Aarti Sachdeva ma'am. She is a special educator and a remedial tutor who heads the Department of Special Education at NC Jindal Public School, and let me tell you that she has nearly an experience of 20 years in this field. So let's talk about her, about learning disability with her. I welcome you, ma'am.
Good morning. Thank you, Vidisha. Thank you for having me here. I'm really glad that I'm here and being part of this marathon.
Yes, ma'am. I'm too glad. So, ma'am, I just want you to give a glance about what learning disabilities are, its types, because the audience would like to know about that.
Okay, learning disability, when we are talking about, this is majorly related to the academics. Any child or any adult at an early age, if we get all the symptoms ready that the child is unable to understand anything in the school as young when they are 2 years old, so that is actually considered as learning disability when child is unable to understand the phonological things, syntax, or math problems, or the words, or when we talk about the matras in the Hindi, and child they make mistakes. So that is the time when the teachers they need to be very vigilant and understand that child is unable to cope with the academics, and they need to help the child within the classroom setting and as well as the parents at home, because these kind of children they might have problems with their organizational skills also. They have troubles with the directions. They cannot understand the weeks of the days, months of the year, and in a sequence or in between, before and after is a big challenge for such children. And when they turn adults, these things are persistent, because if they don't get early intervention, then they are unable to cope with their academics. Learning disability basically have many types, like we have dysgraphia, dyscalculia, we have dyslexia. Majorly we know about dysgraphia and dyslexia after seeing that Tare Zameen Par, which brought the
Yes.
main focus on the students after seeing that movie, and parents became very aware, because I am really thankful to Amir Khan and Maharashtra Dyslexic Association to bring this to the notice of other parents, and they can relate to this. So when we are talking about dyslexia, it is basically related to language disorder, where child is unable to understand the alphabets. They can't differentiate between B and D, WM, those who look similar or the reversal ones. So when we are talking about dyscalculia is majorly related to mathematical, because its name itself says calculia, where child is unable to calculate things. Yeah. Then is
Yes.
dyspraxia, which is related to the graphics. When we are talking about graphics, it is basically related to written part, where child is unable to write or is able to write, but that writing is not legible. The teacher or the parent can't make out what child has written. Maybe more spacing is not there. Then there is one more thing, that is NLD, that is non-verbal learning disability, where child's educational things are at par. Verbally, child is very good, but when it comes to organizational skills, child is unable to understand that. We call it executive functioning also, because child is not able to hold the thread and bead it. Child is unable to hold the pencil and write it. Child is unable to tie the laces, doesn't know the directions. So these all small little things, parents need to be very vigilant about it, and they need to be really proactive to help the child.
Okay, so basically, in just it's something that affects how a person learns, either it is reading or comprehension, anything like that, right?
It is nothing to do with learning. They have a good brain, they actually are very smart. But when it comes to educational things, I would give stress on curriculum part. See, our education system is such where we judge every child according to the marks they have obtained. Child is
Yes.
verbally good but unable to write the exams, so we assess them what they have written on. If in exams child is unable to write and get good marks, child is considered as, I would say, dumb, lazy, or maybe low intelligence. But it's not like that with learning disabled children. They are not disabled. The only thing is, there is a saying which says, if I can't learn the way you teach, please teach me the way you I can learn.
I can
We
learn.
can't see, we can't expect a fish to climb the tree.
True.
Similarly, we can't expect a monkey to swim all the day.
Swim.
So
Yes.
exactly, it's like same. Every person has its own potential, has its own ability and capability. So according to their potential and ability and capability, they learn, they grasp the things. But yes, these children, those who are diagnosed with learning disability or initially learning difficulty, that is the way we always say that moment you see any child, for a parent and for the teachers in the classroom, they need to be very vigilant, because moment they find that child is unable to cope with the age appropriate curriculum, that is the time they should raise an alarm with the parent, saying there is something wrong with the child, please get it diagnosed or the child needs help. So in that time, special educator, clinical psychologists, they come in the picture and they help such children after proper diagnosis.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, if I ask you, how common is it, learning disabilities? How common it is? How about its prevalence?
These days it's very common. See, between 8% to 10% children who are school going, they have one or other type of learning disability. Even in India, if you take statistics of 100 students, you will find nearly 12 to 15 students will have one or other type of learning disability. Even in the classroom, where we have a strength of 45 to 50 students, so maybe four students will have learning disability.
So, it's quite prevalent. We can't ignore it, as many
No, we can't. We
parents
should
and
not.
teachers do.
Yeah, they need, that is why I'm using this word. They need to be very vigilant and proactive in assessing each and every child, because out of a class of 45, only 4 or 5 they need the attention, special attention of teacher. Rest
Yes.
students are average, they can do, they can manage on their own, but teachers, they need to help these children in a larger manner, because they are unable to cope what is taught in the class.
Yes, true. So, ma'am, when does this usually gets diagnosed? Because we can't say that a child is walking and we will know that the child is suffering from a learning disability. It isn't something like that. So, when does it usually get diagnosed?
As I have already told you, learning disability is basically related to academics. So as soon as child starts going to the school, parents and teachers both need to work as a team. Teacher needs to focus on the child, that whatever has been taught to the child in the class, whether colors recognition or letters and its sounds, we call it phonological thing, is child able to understand that a makes a sound of a, and next time when the child is making spelling cat, ka, a, t, the child knows the sound. If child is unable to grasp this sound, then she should actually these alarming bells should ring in their ears, and they should immediately connect to the parent. The child is unable to understand, but here we need to be very careful that once or twice if we see the child is unable to understand, we should not raise the alarm, because we need to be very consistent in observing a child for almost 3 to 5 months, because they are at a very tender age. We can't tell them ki no, no, your child has a learning disability. It's very easy for any child to put a blame on the parents, right? But there we need
Yes.
to be very consistent in observing the child first, their behavior, their pattern, and then we have to connect to the parent, saying that whatever is being taught in the class, your child is unable to understand. So ma'am, I really feel that your child needs intervention, but sooner the better applies here.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's very true. Ma'am, there are many people who ask me one question, that is there a difference between learning disability and special needs? Because people generally think that they are same.
It's not same, darling. Learning disability, as I have already told you, is related to learning only, when we are learning anything. But special need category is a very broader category. Broader in the sense, in special needs we actually include all types of physical disabilities also. Cerebral palsy also comes, then hearing impairment comes, then we have bipolar, mental health also comes, OCD, ADHD. These all comes under special needs only, right? But when we are
Yes.
talking about learning disability has got only 3 to 4 categories. That is dyslexia, dysgraphia, dyscalculia, executive functioning, and dyspraxia. These are the major terms of learning disability. But when any child has anything related to physical, hearing, or any other mental illness, that is a separate thing which comes under special needs. You must have seen the CBSE, and our legislation is also given CWSN, children with special needs.
Special needs.
So
Yes.
this is a broader term which we use. So when we are using these broader terms for learning disability students, we use a different term, that is special education needs. That is called SEN.
Okay, so I hope
Yeah.
whoever asked me this question got the answer. So that,
I'm
thank you so
sure
much
we
for
are
that.
able to.
And ma'am, people generally think that this is congenital. That means it is present in someone by birth. So they wanted to know if a person can develop the learning disability.
Vidisha, learning disorders may be congenital or acquired, because generally it happens right from the beginning when the child is in the womb. If mothers are not taking care of their health well, it can happen because of malnutrition. It can happen because of excess usage of alcohol, or maybe any fall during the pregnancy. And majorly, LD is actually runs in the family. If any
Oh,
parent has a learning disability, there is a highest possibility that this child will have learning disability. It is basically related to neonatal problems also. So that is why when the parents are carrying the baby, mom is carrying a baby, she's in the family way, doctors normally advise them for the healthy food eating habits, early sleep habits, so the child is safe and doesn't have any troubles later on after birth.
okay. Here I want to throw a light that ma'am said that it is possible to have a child. It's not like that if a parent has, then the child will definitely have. It's not like that. There are probability, chances of the child
Yes.
having it. So this is something that should be kept in mind.
Yeah, because
And
mothers, would be mothers, they need to be little more careful, because if they have a spotting, or they have toxemia, or they have prolonged labor, that could actually lead to learning disability in the child also.
okay. And ma'am, people generally think that this is one of the questions that they should be, they are the children with learning disabilities need to be in the education other than what people consider as normal. Means what people consider as a normal school, they should not be studying there and they should be studying it somewhere else because they are not able to put their effort and achieve what others are achieving. So, what do you want to say about that?
Let me tell you, Vidisha, learning disability is a hidden disability. Like if you have any physical disability, it is visible. You can see that child is limping. You can see that adult is unable to hold anything, or the cerebral palsy, or with the cochlear implant, or with the hearing impairment, or low vision. But learning disability is a hidden disability. Until unless the child is diagnosed, we cannot give that taboo or stigma or labeling to the child that the child is learning disabled, right? And learning
Yes,
disabled child, we actually don't use this word disabled, we use it special educational need
special
child
education.
rather than disabled, because nobody is disabled here. Everyone has a
Right.
ability, one or other ability, right? Everyone is born with a talent. God has given a gift to everyone. So these children, first of all, let me make it very clear: learning disability is not contagious, right?
True.
So they are very normal children like you and me. They appear to be physically fit, and they are smarter than you and me. But the only trouble is when it comes to education, it is difficult for them to comprehend. When I'm talking about language part, they are unable to comprehend, recall the facts told to them, or maybe the math problems, or maybe math vocabulary, or maybe organizational skills. But as soon as parents or teachers they come to know that this particular child has diagnosed with uh, disabilities, learning disabilities, they should start early intervention.
Mhm.
Early intervention is like giving a strategy to the child how to cope. It is as good as you and I have a low vision and we are using spectacles, right?
Yes.
We all can't fix the learning disability, but we can equip them with the strategies so that they can deal with their life really well. So special
Okay.
educators here, they actually help them in fixing their educational needs in such a manner where they are able to deal with it. We give them a lot of strategies like mind mapping. We give them graphic organizers. We give them language strategies. We give them windows. We give them clap and cause kind of strategies. There are various strategies, and I have seen children, they really do so well. My students, they are working in Pusa Institute as a hotel management student. They are working in Indigo as a pilot. They all are doing well because they don't have any trouble with their IQ. Generally, they have average intelligence. So they don't have intelligence lesser than you and me. But the only thing is, ki, yes, we need to help them at a right time. They need to be at a right time, right place with the right person.
Okay.
And when I'm talking
So
about right person, for them, right person is special educator.
special educator, it's
Yeah.
something that parents need to understand, that it is not something they can consider as a taboo, or they should not feel ashamed of it, because I've heard
No.
so many cases and read so many cases where parents just ask, why my child, why should I take the child to the special educator, what the society will say about me. So here we would like to say that it's not something to be ashamed of. It's just that your child needs more support from you.
Yes.
Nothing
And
else
as
is there.
no, like you asked one question, that was schools and inclusiveness. See, entire world is inclusive, right? So until unless we include these students, how would rest of the society come to know that these type of students, they do exist in our society? So why do we need to segregate them in special schools? CBSE is also working really hard to make each and every premises inclusive, making each and every school classroom inclusive. So why, as a parent and teachers, we want to segregate them? We shouldn't be, because if we segregate them, then again this thing comes, mental health trouble comes. They will have depression, they will feel isolated, they will feel segregated. So why do we need to create that environment for them? We need to create a positive environment for the parent, for the student, and as well as for the teacher, because teachers are also struggling with a large population in the class. So if she knows at
Yes,
a time of the admission only that child has come with the special needs, at least from day one, she is mentally prepared to help this child in the classroom setting.
yes. The teachers will then be able to form a strategy to help the child. That will be
Yes,
very beneficial.
you are
And ma'am,
right
what do
here.
you think? What do you think is the role of society and government in the area of learning disabilities?
Learning disability has actually come in a long way, I would say, in India. See, I did my special education course nearly 23 years ago. That time it was in a Kuएं का मेंढक, but now it has become like a ocean. People have started accepting. Initially, one or two people, they knew about that, they struggled, parents struggled, teachers struggled, and they were told to take out their child from the schools. But thanks goes to Tare Zameen Par. I would again say, it is not that I'm
Again,
promoting that movie, but that movie has been as an eye opener to the world and to the society. Parents, they started thinking positively about their child. Teachers, they started thinking positive about their students. They started thinking that they can help the child, and any help which will be given to these children, they will actually grow. So inclusivity itself means that we have to go together. And these children, what do they want? They just want a hand to be lent, and they need to be in the mainstreaming. Why do we need to segregate them, saying that you have special needs, so you need to go and sit in that chair, and this particular chair is for me? No, when we have accepted transgender, so can't we accept children with special needs?
I would even
So
say
our
why to
society,
call a mainstream and these children a different category. We should not
exactly.
even call that.
I really want to applaud you for this, that you have really brought up a very big thing. Yes, why should we segregate them? Discrimination is not right. This is our world. And our world, when God is not discriminating about its creature, why should, who are we to create this discrimination? No, we can't. So government has also come a long way. CBSE has made so many different rules, accommodations, and exemptions for these children. A child who is unable to do maths due to diagnosis of dyscalculia, they can drop maths and they can take painting, music. There are 60 subjects which are offered by CBSE. Any child
Yes.
who is unable to write, it has a facility of getting a scribe. Any child who is unable to finish his work in a stipulated time gets the facility of extra time. So our
Okay.
society is actually helping the child. Our society has accepted them. So who are we to discriminate them?
We are no one. We should not do that. Actually, we should
Exactly.
not do that. And ma'am, one more question from the audience that I got while promoting the event, that what do they need? Sympathy or empathy?
Empathy. Why sympathy? Sympathy is a very limited and small thing. Empathy is basically when I feel, how do you feel? Then only I will be able to help you out. Then only I will think about how do you feel, what kind of pain you are going through. Sympathy means that I just have to lend my hand once and then move on. Empathy means we have to work together, we have to move together, we have to be together in the society. So empathy is the major component
Major
which will
thing.
actually work wonder.
Okay. So I hope the answer is there to the audience who asked me about this. And ma'am, one more question. How can the family deal with this? Because if a child is, if there's a child in a family who's suffering from any kind of learning disability, the parents or the family don't understand how to provide the environment. So what do you recommend them?
First thing, they should come out of the denial mode. That is called acceptance. Accept your child the way your child is. Find out the strengths of the child. Focus on strengths rather than focusing on challenges. Parents should be solution focused, not problem focused, because as soon as we become problem focused, we blame each other, and then we cannot work positively. So when we are solution focused, we look for the solutions, how we can help our child. So first thing is being positive. Second is they need to diagnose the child as soon as possible. Moment they get any input, feedback from the teachers, any of the teachers, let it be class teacher, let it be subject teacher, let it be music teacher, let it be Hindi teacher, they should actually think over it and accept that whatever feedback they have received from the parent or the teacher makes some sense to them. That will be the first path, first step to move towards that acceptance. And then they need to connect to the clinical psychologist, only to the clinical psychologist, not to the psychiatrist, because there is no trouble with the dimag.
Dimag.
बच्चा
Right.
पागल नहीं है, सीख नहीं पा रहा है बस. बिकॉज मोस्ट ऑफ द पेरेंट्स दे कम टू मी एंड से, मैडम वैसे तो सारा दिन कंप्यूटर पे खेलता रहता है, लेकिन पढ़ने के टाइम ही से ऐसा हो जाता है, बिकॉज ही हैज अ educational special needs. He is unable to understand what is being taught and how he has to cope with the curriculum. And our educational curriculum is such where, you know, gada ghoda gaye bhains, everyone has to drink water from the same pond. But
Yes.
here we needs to take care of one thing. Moment they get the input, they need to connect to the clinical psychologist and get the educational assessment done. This educational assessment will lead the parent towards the help. That is, the child, if a child is in fifth grade and he has a learning level of third grade, then they know, they understand that there is a gap of 2 years. The educational gap is 2 years. Then
Two
they
years.
need to connect to any special educator and get the help done. If they don't do this, then they will be losing out the time. I have seen some parents, those who actually keep on denying, you know, everything is fine, my child is able to do, child is lazy, ही इज नॉट डूइंग पर्पसली, इसका मूड नहीं होता है इसलिए नहीं पढ़ता है, वैसे इसको
they
आता
they
सब
think
कुछ है।
that they are excusing. They think they are
हाँ,
just giving excuses to know so that they can just do whatever they want. They
Exactly.
actually
Another
think that.
thing is, Vidisha, most of the parents, those who are doctors or they are lawyers, they feel मेरा बच्चे को लर्निंग डिसेबिलिटी नहीं हो सकती, हम
Sakta.
इतने पढ़े लिखे हैं, हमारे बच्चे को कैसे होगी? See, it is not related to one particular profession or related to one particular person. When it has to happen, it will happen. Eventually, you have to help your child by understanding your child well. तो वही तो समझना जरूरी है और वही नहीं समझा जाता।
True. So I would just say at conclusion that don't let the mind limit what an able heart can do, because
Yes.
actually the mind is not something which we can say that if this child is not able to or is not doing what other childs of the same age are doing, that doesn't mean the child is not able to do anything. And secondly, I think you what you said, it concludes that your child is yours. You should accept the child, and it's not something to be ashamed of, right? And
Accept the
anything, any
child with
message?
all positive and negatives.
Okay. So, any message to the people who are watching you right now, ma'am?
The only message, accept your child with the open arms, love your child, and if child needs help, please help your child. This is the only message I can say. And timely given any intervention will actually save the parent and the child from a long run trauma.
Okay, so ma'am, I would say that it was really a great talking to you. I hope we were able to uh, provide a message to the audience that what the learning disabilities are, how do we help the child, what the parents need to do, anything they wanted to know. And I hope that we keep doing this mental awareness regular thing regularly, so that more and more people can get attached with us. And with that, I will just say thank you to you.
Thank you so much, Vidisha, for having me here. Thank you. Thank you to Nidan team and Atman team. Thank you.